And now the host of Here's to Your Health on LA Talk Live, Joshua Lane.
We're back. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Here's to Your Health on the LA Talk Live television network. I'm your host, Joshua Lane. And our next segment, this new Organo Gold tea company, been around only past 4 or 5 years. And Arcella and Lorenna are here. Arcella and Lorenna, thank you for being guests today on Here's to Your Health.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for having us.
my pleasure. I met you at the bodybuilding competition on July 4th down in Muscle Beach. Always a kind of a nice scene. And you had a display of your teas. And what do these teas do for me?
With their tea and coffee, and we have the supplements. It's a health and first of all, for me, let me tell you what it did for me personally.
Alrighty.
For me personally, I had my first cup on a Tuesday evening. I was invited to a mixer, and it tastes delicious. It tastes delicious. And I took it home, and I was drinking the coffee for about a week. And and I read about online. I went online and I read about the coffee and about the Ganoderma infused into the coffee.
What's that word? Ganoderma?
Ganoderma.
I do not know the term.
We'll get into it.
Yes.
We'll get into it. And for me, for the coffee, and it works for me personally to detoxify my body on a daily basis. So I'm drinking a healthy coffee. For me.
Okay.
That's my personal story. And Arcella.
That's a fair story. That's fine. That's a fine story.
But I want to get that off. For me personally, the coffee is so delicious and it's good for me. And
you mentioned that you lost 125 pounds.
I've lost over 125 pounds.
And you're pretty. Are you 6 foot tall?
I'm 6 foot tall. Yes.
6 foot tall.
Yes.
So you lost 125 pounds.
Yes, and I'm maintaining my weight loss. And I found that I only do things that are healthy. I only drink and I drink coffee as is. I drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day. And I didn't realize the coffee that I was drinking and putting in coffee and tea that I was drinking, putting into my body was what's the word I'm looking for?
Acidic.
Acidic. And it was just
pH.
horrible. And it was giving me my moods, and it was horrible in my skin. And then I discovered Organo Gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to let you take over here.
Arcella, so how did you become involved with the Organo Gold tea and coffee company?
Well, actually, I was introduced almost 3 years ago, and I was not the coffee drinker, nor was I the tea drinker, but I knew a lot of people around me who were drinking coffee and tea, and I saw some of the effects that you just spoke about. I saw some people with the jitters, and then the crash, and then they drink another cup to get back up,
Right.
and excited and get that energy. And so with Organo Gold, what we've done is we've just made the habit healthy. And so when I got introduced, it took a few months for me to actually realize how important coffee was and how it's not a luxury, it's a daily part of everyone's life.
Right.
And so after taking a look at it, I actually noticed that there was a healthier side of it. And so we really are a health and wellness company, but we've disguised the health and wellness within the coffee because we know that you're more open to wake up and have a cup of coffee than you are to have your vitamins and minerals on a daily basis.
That seems fair. Yeah, seems very fair. Seems very
Yes.
fair. And so now, this is a coffee and an herbal tea company. So what are some of the herbal teas I have over here? What am I looking at?
Well, you actually have an organic green tea there.
This is organic green tea. Right.
At the top, and then you have an organic red tea.
Red tea right over here. Yes. Okay.
And then we've also, to your left, there's a hot chocolate. So there's no caffeine in that, well, except for in the cocoa. Then you have our organic our gourmet black coffee, which is just basic black Arabica bean. And then you have the latte, which has a non-dairy creamer and sugar for those who love their coffee a little sweeter than normal. And then you have the mocha, and that's just the latte with a splash of chocolate. We call that dessert in a cup.
I see.
And then lastly, on the coffee side, the Cafe Supreme, which is my favorite. I am now a coffee drinker, and it's more for the health reasons. I have testimonies as well as what the coffee has done for me. But that Gourmet Cafe Supreme is our latte with ginseng. So that's for someone that's looking for an extra boost on a daily basis. And then you have our nutraceuticals. I was not the pill taker or the capsule taker, or not even the vitamin taker. And I on a daily basis, I'm reminded because of my energy level to take my spores, my Ganoderma, mycelium, and then the grapeseed oil, which is just a U.S. product. And all these are pretty much the same product that you see in the capsule form. It's packed inside of our coffee, teas, and hot chocolate. Just for those people who don't remember to take it on a daily basis.
Now, is this an American company?
It's actually, the company is in Washington State. The herb itself is from China. So it's grown in its natural habitat. It's grown in it on a log. It's log grown, where sometimes herbs can be grown in a lab. We actually grow ours in its natural form.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you bumped into this because you weren't feeling well, or just you suddenly discovered better quality teas and coffee? What was it with you?
A friend of mine actually reached out to me and called me over for a coffee tasting. So we do coffee tastings on a regular basis, and it allows people to come over and just taste the product for free. And during the coffee tasting, he made me a mocha. And the mocha was, for me, again, not a coffee drinker at that time, I did not finish the mocha. But he did do something very smart. The company says just give the product away, give away free samples, and allow people to try it, allow their body to notice the difference between acidic coffee and regular coffee versus our coffee. He sent me home with that box of latte, which was very smart because my aunt was a coffee drinker. She found it, she finished the whole box, and she had an increase of energy. And for her, she had a loss of weight, turning 50 years old. That was huge. So she was excited. And that's really how it all started.
And so I use these teas just as good quality gourmet teas, that I use them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner as I choose to use them.
Yes, and then also another thing that is awesome about it is the price. Basically, if you go to Starbucks or any other these chain cafes, you're paying $3 to $5 for a cup of gourmet coffee.
Right, you are, yes.
Basically, you're looking at anywhere from, it can start at 57 cents all the way to $2 for a cup of Organo Gold gourmet coffee. That's again infused with a healthy herb that's going to, in my case, it's healing my body as I drink it.
And by the way, you lost 125 pounds.
Over 125 pounds, and I'm maintaining. And as you can see, I consider myself to be pretty healthy.
Yeah, you look nice and trim now. So you dropped 125 pounds because you suddenly hit a point in your life you thought, okay, I've had it with that. I've had it, and I've just got to do something better now.
Yeah, I just got tired of looking in the mirror and crying and isolating and everything.
Yeah, crying is a lot about crying. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not making a joke. Yeah, there was
no,
crying.
it was. I was crying. It was miserable.
And what did you do for yourself besides using the tea? I mean, what else did you do?
I changed my portion control. I quit eating Jack in the Box burgers and McDonald's burgers. And
Not
everything.
to cast aspersions there, but you decided that wasn't.
But you know what I mean. I mean, I just
fresher
quit eating
food
the
now?
junk. Yeah, I eat fresher food. I eat more. I'm more conscious of what goes in my temple. You know, I'm trying to be all I can be without joining the army.
Good for you. Good for you. Very good. That's a good line.
That's my motto. You know, that's what I'm trying to live by.
And the 125 that you dropped. So can I ask, what was your high number? What did you weigh at one point?
Over 270.
And you lost the 125. How long did it take you to lose that?
Approximately a little over between a year and a half to lose it. And then I was just like mush. You know, I had no muscle tone or nothing. I was just, you know. Right. So now I'm on this road to just working out.
You look nice and toned now.
Yeah, you know, sure. That's where I'm at now. And I'm working with Chris Cormier, you know, and he's training me to.
Is he a well-known trainer locally here?
Yeah, Chris Cormier is a well-known trainer, bodybuilder. For years, he was like the man of bodybuilding. So to have him as my trainer is like, you know, awesome.
That's good.
And now, you know, to be part of, you know, and I use Mary Kay skincare products. I drink a healthy Organo Gold. I try to eat right.
And the payback is you feel good and you look good.
Yeah, and I help people. I've had people that have seen me go along this journey, and so I'm trying to pass on and inspire women. I see, like the other day when I was doing my taste testing, you know, there was this woman, you know, and all, and she thought I wanted to sell her something and all. All I wanted to do was give her my number, and other people that are out there, you know, that are trying to call me if you feel you want to just talk, you know, and call me, and I'll help you through that craving or.
It's nice
whatever.
To help people. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Now on the green tea, let's say I buy a box of green tea. How much? What's their list on the green tea? Can I ask that?
So the green tea goes anywhere from about $30 to $40. The great thing about it is you're able to put your own price tag on it because we're independent distributors. But then you also have an option of becoming a preferred customer, and you can get the green tea as low as $22. Now here's the thing: there's 25 sachets in that green tea bag box, and each sachet makes up to 3 cups. So you're getting about 75 cups of very good green tea. And one thing I can say about our green tea is, and I have to say this, I was not a green tea fan because most people who know green tea know that green tea is very bitter. And our green tea we call liquid gold because it has no bitter aftertaste. It's very smooth, and you're getting 3 good cups from each tea sachet. So you're getting 75 cups of green tea on the retail side up to $40. On the wholesale side, as a preferred customer, $22.
Well, that sounds good.
Hmm.
That sounds good. And so this company, Organo Gold, is out of Washington State, you said.
Yes.
And how long have they been around?
Organo Gold has been around. It'll be 5 years this September. And again, what they've done is they've just used a product that's used on a daily basis, and they've given an opportunity for people to go out and build a business around this product. But again, we're a health and wellness company. We're just using the vehicle of coffee because it's much easier. But then the company also designed this system so that you're able to get a residual income from it. So just the same as, not to put the names out there, but Maxwell House and Folgers, great coffee companies. But if you take a look at coffee companies, none of them have ever gone out of business. So this is giving an opportunity for each person to actually build something for future legacy.
Yeah, people love to drink coffee.
Absolutely. They don't stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think coffee is considered the world's most popular modest drug because it does spike your blood sugar. No, coffee spikes your blood sugar.
Mhm.
Could you want to give out some phone numbers so we can contact you?
Absolutely.
Or websites? Yeah.
Yeah, they can actually, I'm here to support Miss Lorenna, and so they can contact her directly. Her website is,
It's lorennataylor.organogold.com.
spell that out for them.
LORENNATAYLOR.organogold.com.
All righty.
And your phone number?
And my phone number is 310-985-0473.
And I would encourage people to actually reach out to her. We send out free coffee.
Yeah.
That's part of our method is we give it away. We give it away, and we know that coffee drinkers, you don't have to hard close a coffee drinker. They're going to buy coffee. And so request a free sample. Call Lorenna and definitely request a free sample of whatever your favorite coffee or tea or hot chocolate, and we'll send out the samples to you, and then you can get in contact with Lorenna and keep that communication open. You never know, you might become a customer.
And I will be again doing the bodybuilding show Labor Day.
Okay, there's another one Labor Day down at Muscle Beach.
Yep, Joe's putting on another one bodybuilding show Labor Day at Muscle Beach, and we'll be out there and we'll be doing the iced mochas and lattes
Yes.
and the iced coffee again. That was a big success
And
because this is awesome iced.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it makes an
Yes,
awesome
very good
iced
over ice.
beverage.
And what was the name of that trainer you work out with?
Chris Cormier.
And what kind of exercise do you do? Can I ask?
We do strength training. We do a lot of. Well, just depend. What do you mean?
Well, do you go, for example, do you go to Gold's Gym and work out 3 times a week, or what's your regime?
I'd work out 4 times a week.
And Chris helps you much of the time, or he gives you a set of exercises to do, and you just you do them on your own.
No, I'm one-on-one with him. We do one-on-one training 4 times a week. Yeah, and we just work out a different, like we do backs one day or we do legs, because I was a mess.
And as a young kid, when you were in high school, for example, were you involved with sports and then you lost it, or you never interested at all in that?
No,
sport?
Unfortunately, I was into drugs and everything.
Okay, that was then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like fun at the time. Is that it?
Well, I have 6 years clean and sober.
Awesome.
Well, that's very good.
Yep.
That's very good. And so the exercise now, you realize it just makes sense to you now. You just it just seems like fun, doesn't it?
It's awesome. It is so wonderful to get a set in and to feel that I've accomplished it and my body is now going to be just successful and more, instead of just wasting away into nothing. And I quit smoking. Oh, since I've been drinking the coffee, I've quit. I've got 5 today. Today makes 6 weeks.
Oh, good for you.
I've quit
Awesome.
smoking.
I think the first 10 days are the most difficult. After that, and then once again, smoking is, people smoke for 2 reasons. One is social. something to do with your hands at a party. But the other is tobacco spikes your blood sugar, gives you a temporary lift from fatigue. When people smoke, they feel better. That's why they smoke like every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I find it's tough to quit smoking, but when you do decide to quit, if you exercise, which is great for your blood sugar, and also eat protein at least 3 times a day, that is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and in many cases, breakfast, lunch, a snack, and dinner every 3.5 hours, helps keep your blood sugar stable, helps minimize the craving for tobacco.
Mm.
Do you work out with, what kind of weights do you work out with?
I work
very
out.
little light weights just for tone?
I work out with that's good. That's a good question
Yeah.
that a lot of people get confused about. And they want to go in the gym and they want to rah, rah, rah.
Right.
That's not how you do it.
I agree
Especially
with you,
women.
Right.
Women should do a medium to a light weight. If anything, a lighter weight and a high rep. That's
What's a light weight for you?
No,
No, tell me, go ahead.
A light weight is, it depends on the exercise, but 50 pounds,
50 pounds does not seem like a lightweight to me.
40 pounds.
No, I thought we were looking for tone here. So I was thinking a little. For example, don't sometimes you use like little 2.5 pound dumbbells if you're doing kind of for the punching bag or something?
Well,
No?
10, 50, yeah, 10, 20.
And what do you do exactly? You don't do squats. What do you
Oh,
do?
I do squats.
You do squats.
I just did squats yesterday.
Well, you're a very good size. You're 6 foot tall, so you're really bigger than the average woman, are you not? You're at 6 foot tall.
I've been called an Amazon
Yeah.
several times in life.
Which that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. It's
no,
a good thing,
no.
really.
I take it now as a good thing, but whenever I was 270 something pounds,
Right,
I
that
didn't
was
like
different.
being called an Amazon.
Right. No, you didn't.
But now, I like it.
Is there any exercise that kind of caught you by surprise that you think, oh my God, I actually like this. Is actually fun? What is it?
You know what? Doing squats yesterday, I could breathe now that I don't smoke anymore, and I liked it.
Right.
It's so funny you brought up squats, and now you asked a favorite exercise.
Right.
It would be, and squats works your whole body. But the key again is you see people doing squats with all this tons of weight. When I squatted yesterday, all I did was 50 plus what's the bar, 45. So like 100 pounds. That's all I
That does
squatted
seem
yesterday.
that seems like a very decent amount of weight. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a joke. That's a very good amount of weight.
Yeah, that's no, that's not a lot.
Right. Well, I had Franco Colombo on this show, and Franco said that, I'm sorry, I had Franco twice on the show, but Robbie Robertson was here. And
Awesome man.
Robbie's 67. And Robbie was here a month or so ago, and he said that he's stronger now than he was a young man in his 20s, and he was doing something, I forget the name of the exercise, with 500 pounds. And I thought to myself,
Wow.
that's a lot of weight. I mean, that's
Yeah.
500 pounds. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. But I guess he enjoys it. Now, if someone had told you a year or two ago that you would be doing these exercises and it was fun, you actually liked it, and you might have thought you wouldn't have believed them, right? Something you have to experience. You got to kind of really, you can't just intellectualize it. You have to really kind of do it. And then you think, oh my God, that is kind of fun. I do like it.
If somebody would have told me that I would have been doing it, I wouldn't have believed them.
Right.
I've always known that it would have been fun. Years ago when I was a kid, I was introduced to it, but drugs and alcohol took over
Sure.
my life. And but I knew it was going to be fun, but I just never knew that I had it in me to do it.
Right.
So now to find that in me to actually do it has been amazing. It's been part of the amazing part of the journey.
That sounds good.
That's to find that, to
So, for
expose
example,
that fire.
how do I use your tea and coffee?
Yeah.
Do you have like a couple of eggs for breakfast, and then you have tea or something? Is that it? What's your breakfast? What do you have for breakfast today?
For breakfast today, I had some ground turkey and rice with eggs.
Oh, so you're doing protein and a little complex carb.
Hmm.
Okay, which is how you keep yourself strong and focused.
Mhm.
And then you do a little tea or something?
I have coffee,
Coffee. Back to coffee.
black coffee, and I used to. And another great thing about this coffee, and this is another thing with the show. Whenever I was doing the iced beverages, I had several bodybuilders come over, and they wanted the sativa, and the sugars and that. I said, you don't need sugar, and they looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, try it, and I had 4. I said, try it, and all 4 of them. Oh my gosh, you're right.
Right. And people need to try stuff. Yeah, they do.
And I am a person, my testimony here, my private testimony, I am a person who used to put at least 12 sugars in I was a sugar in my, I had a little bit of coffee with my sugar.
12 sugars is a good amount of sugar. Right,
In a
Yeah.
Starbucks venti.
Right, gotcha.
With the
Gotcha.
raw sugar.
Mhm.
I thought I was doing, I have raw sugar. No. This coffee here, I don't even put sugar in.
That's how amazing
I don't even
it
put
is.
sugar in it.
Do you find, since you work out and you go to Gold's Gym, do you find that the bodybuilding crowd, which is I guess is your crowd, because so that they are surprisingly into wellness, that they're a wellness crowd? Is that how you would characterize them?
They cheat more than you think.
Well, I'm asking you. I'm asking. I was told they cheat. Robbie Robinson told me that, by the way, and he's certainly definitive. But but they enjoy working out.
Yes.
But they also like to do other stuff too. Is that what you're saying to me?
They cheat.
Giving that away, okay?
But they do cheat, but then they work out. When it comes showtime, now there's no cheating.
Right.
You know, they weigh their food and it's very precise to a degree. And like Chris can tell me if I've had dairy, he can tell me when I've had dairy.
Why he sees you congested?
He can see it on my body. He can tell it and he can tell when
Yeah.
I'm not eating right. You know, the pros know.
They do know, yeah.
Oh, they know.
do,
They
yeah,
can see it on your body.
They know their craft. Yeah,
Yep.
it's definitely a craft. Yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder myself, but having chatted with many bodybuilders over the years, they really have a little art form going as far as getting vascularity. I mean, they really have a procedure and they can get a result. And I admire them for that because they have their own sense of what they want the body to look like. They have an aesthetic judgment that they have, and they can achieve that aesthetic judgment. And I find that fun. And I find something I didn't know as a young man. Bodybuilders are wellness guys. They're wellness. They're wellness people. They're not the same as the vegan, but they ultimately are the same as the vegan who has a certain perspective. And the bodybuilders, they're all wellness people, but everyone has their own aesthetic judgment. And that, as a young man in my teens and 20s, I didn't realize. I only really realize it now.
Mm.
And when I go see the bodybuilders, because that's why I met you,
Uh-huh.
and I think to myself, it seems very much fun and very relaxed. It's the whole show is very relaxed, and I like the fact that people work out. I guess the younger men take it more seriously than the older men, but the young men, they're doing striking these poses, and the women, it's all very amusing, and it certainly is wellness, because you cannot have a beautiful, lovely, slim body, male or female, if you're eating Burger King.
Oh, no.
You just can't. It's just not going to be happening.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Because it shows up. Like I said, if I can eat a thing of yogurt or have like a cereal, and it shows up on my body.
Shows up
And
on- yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice thing when you use food as a healing tool. You realize, oh my God, everything you eat, it really has an effect on the body. And if someone told you that 4 or 5 years ago, you would have said, oh, go take a hike. But now you realize, oh my God, no, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's impressive. It's
Yep.
impressive.
But the good thing about this is like the black coffee has no carbs. It has
Okay.
5 calories. That's it. And I'm not adding no sugar to it, and
Right.
so it's hell. And bodybuilders can have that. That doesn't affect their diet, so they can have that showtime where other coffees, they can't have a Starbucks coffee because it has all the acid and everything in it.
Yes.
They can't have all that, so that's why my people who are drinking it are loving it. It doesn't leave you full like other coffees can leave you full and bloated. Mm-mm.
Sure. And once again, how do we contact you?
Oh, Lorenna Taylor. It's 2 N's, LORENNA Taylor, TAYLOR.organogold.com, 310-985-0473.
Very
And
good.
then I'm also at Gold's Gym in Venice.
4 days a week, you told
4
me?
days a week.
Okay.
Well, if I'm there 5 days a week, but I'm there 4 days a week training
Gotcha.
with Chris Cormier.
Very good.
And Urban Fitness.
Oh yeah, LA Urban Fitness.
That's a very nice supplement store, isn't it?
Supplement
Yes,
store,
yes,
yes.
I know them. Very
We're
nice
there.
guys.
I did.
Reggie, I think, is the manager of one of those
Yes,
stores. Reggie's very nice. I know
Reggie's
Reggie.
there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We're gonna be we're in there. You can get our product there. Yes. You
They
can
just
get us.
picked up the product.
Oh, it's
Yep.
very good.
Yeah.
Very good. They have very, very nice shops.
Yep. And we're doing a taste testing there. Is it this weekend? I think we're gonna be
I believe
back
it's
there
this
this weekend.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
Very
And
good.
it'll be in the cafe soon that they're opening, the
Yep.
juice bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it could be a very nice shop. Well, listen, thank you for being on. I appreciate it. It was fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've been listening to this segment of Here's to Your Health on the LA Talk Live television network. I'm your host, Josh Lane. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back after these important messages.